Are you ready to start building your own Hatbox Ghost? Then stay tuned. Welcome to Prop Agenda. This channel is dedicated to finding cool and inexpensive ways to make props from your favorite movies, TV shows, books, and theme park rides. This 6-part series will cover how to build the Hatbox Ghost from the Haunted Mansion. You will follow me as I cover the making of Hattie's body, including posable joints, his hat, cape, cane, hatbox, costume, and animated disappearing head, among other elements of this famous specter. You will hopefully enjoy my successes and revel even more in my failures because you won't have to suffer them yourself. In this episode, we'll start directly with what old Hattie is famous for, his disappearing head. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you can stay notified of upcoming videos. Now let's get started.
The Hatbox Ghost illusion in Disneyland's Haunted Mansion is a remarkable feat of Imagineering that creates the illusion of the ghost head disappearing from its shoulders and reappearing inside the hatbox he holds. While the exact details of the illusion are closely guarded secrets, here are some facts about how the Hatbox Ghost illusion works. The face of the current Hatbox Ghost is an animation that is projected onto the figure, similarly to the Constance the Bride figure. The character looks back and forth and narrows his eyes before his head dissolves into mist and vanishes. The head then appears inside the hatbox before vanishing into the shadows again. The Hatbox Ghost we are building will have something similar regarding the projection, but no further animatronics will be involved to remove the head totally out of view. As you can see by this video, once the head stops projecting, it pops down into the body, so you can kind of see behind the cape there, or the collar. You can see through it to the scene behind it. And then it pops back up after the head disappears from the hatbox. To start off, you will need 2 of the Hauntley's animated heads. I happened to purchase these at Spirit Halloween. They're basically a head shell made of semi-transparent plastic with a short throw projector mounted inside. Attached to the projector is a card that controls the video and sound. Now I know what you're saying, Zach, I don't have access to these heads. I can't find them anywhere. And while I was lucky enough to grab them from Spirit Halloween, they can be found in a number of places around the internet, including eBay and Amazon. If you don't want to wait for that, there are a number of good ideas on how to control lighting in using Raspberry Pis and some code, or using some outside projectors to project the face onto a mannequin or skull head on the internet. My method is not the end-all be-all way to do this, but since the head already exists with an interior projector, it did seem like the easiest way. And remember, the following tutorials will continue to go through the build of Hattie's body and other accessories. The head is covered by a black cloth hood that is attached to a screw at the top of the head. Included with the head is a micro USB to a standard USB cable that can be used to power the projector. The micro USB connector attaches to the back of the head, and the standard USB connector can either be attached to a battery pack or to an AC adapter and plugged into the wall. Once you flip the power switch on the back near the USB port, the projector will turn on and start playing the included videos. There are 3 different videos of a zombie, skeleton, and vampire that talk and sing through various videos. It's cute, but it can get annoying very quickly. The button on the front of the head allows you to control the volume and cycle through the videos, even allowing you to pause the video if needed. However, we are not going to keep any of the videos on this thing, but instead are going to load our own. There are 7 screws holding the 2 shells of the head together. I used a Phillips head screwdriver to get them out, and since they are all fairly small, I kept them all in this magnetic dish so I wouldn't lose them. If you don't have one of these, get one. They are a lifesaver. There are 2 small screws holding the projector in place, so those will need to be removed as well. They are smaller than the first 7 screws, so make sure to keep them separate from the others. Please make a note of how the projector is mounted in the head because it will be important to position it the same way after the new videos are loaded. I would suggest detaching the connecting wires to the board as well, as these may get in the way and make it harder to load the video files from your computer. Don't worry though, each wire has its own specific connector size and can only fit one particular way on the board. You'll notice that there is a micro USB port attached to the board as well. This is what we are going to use to load the new video files of the Hatbox Ghost animated face. To delete the original files that came with the head and load ours, we will need to use a data transfer cable. This is different than the charging power cable that came with the projector. You will need to test the cable out to make sure it can transfer data and be seen by your computer. I ended up having to go to Best Buy and buying one in the gaming section near the PlayStations and Xboxes, but it ended up doing the job. My PC saw it instantly as a USB drive in Windows Explorer. Plug the micro USB connector into the port on the projector card and the standard connector into your computer. Your computer should see the card as a USB drive, and we can move forward from there. Under this USB drive in File Explorer, you will see all the video files that came with the projector along with several library files that we won't need either. You can either delete these files or move them over to your computer to use later should you want to revert back to the original use of the projector. Notice the video files are in AMV format, which is the proprietary file type used by this projector. This file type is used because the projector needs to be able to project a lower resolution video at a smaller frame size. I've taken the liberty of creating the videos that are needed for this projector for both the top head and Hatbox animations. You can download them from links located in the description. You can now delete or move the original files to another location and load the Hatbox Ghost AMV file onto the USB drive. In this instance, we will be copying the Hatbox toplong.amv file over. This file loops for about 24 seconds. If you wanted to continue longer, you can make copies and store them as ascending numbers. The projector will play through all the files and then start back over with the first one. I made this video file to run in sync with the animation for the Hatbox animation labeled hatboxbottomlong.amv. The number of files you copy and create for the head animation should match the ones for the animation that plays for the Hatbox. The method used for putting the videos on the Hatbox head will be the same as you just saw here. Once you get the files loaded, you can unplug your cable. Best practice would dictate that you right-click on the USB drive and select Eject to properly disconnect from the computer. Now you can reconnect the projector using the correct wires to the board and mount the projector back into the head by screwing it to the post mounts. You can close the head up and screw it back together using the 7 screws. To play the video, make sure the USB cable that came with the head is plugged in and flip the power switch on the back. Your animation should start playing and looping the series of however many videos you created.
Well, that's it for now. Hopefully I've given you enough information to get started with building your disappearing heads. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll look at building different types of posable joints for the Hatbox Ghost. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you can stay notified of upcoming videos. And make sure finding time to be creative is on your agenda.